Hello everyone, this is Armadias, and today I want to do something a little different. Now, you probably know me as like the Geometry Dash guy, the Kappa guy, the Lunacropolis guy, or if you subscribe to me from other videos of mine, you might know me as the Russia guy, or the Kaliningrad guy, the Ingria guy, you get it. But if you didn't know, I'm from Hong Kong. I was born and raised in Hong Kong, and as you probably also know, Hong Kong used to be a British colony, and so a lot of our English has been influenced by British English, obviously, and recently I've been watching a lot of these videos comparing different varieties of English, and so I wanted to try this little quiz that I found on NYT. And actually, it was surprisingly hard to get past the paywall. But the way I did it for this one is basically, it's nothing exciting. I literally just open it up, the first article, here it is. I can't change it. I can't open another one. I think their paywall just permits like one free article, maybe. I don't know. But yeah. So here's this little quiz called the British Irish Dialect Quiz. And I want to see how it places me in the UK or Ireland, but probably in the UK. So yeah, I wasn't raised there, but I want to play anyway. How do you pronounce scone? Now, I know people say scone sometimes. It rhymes with gone for some people, but I say scone. So yeah, there you go, scone. What do you call the small gray bug that curls up into a ball when it's touched? I'll be honest, I don't really have a word for it. First off, we don't really have those over here in Hong Kong, I don't think. I'll have to check that later, but I'm not sure we have them. But I have heard pillbug before. It's not a centipede. I saw in a video someone said roly-poly, but yeah, I don't really have a word for it, so yeah. How do you pronounce the words full and fool? Now, I'm basing this off of my current kind of quote-unquote neutral American-ish accent. So I say full and fool, but I do know that there are accents in the UK which say fool, I think. Fool for both of them or something like that. I can't really imitate it because, I'm not from there, so they sound different. Right, which of these words, if any, would you use for a young person characterized by brash, loutish behavior and often low social status? Now, Ned is an interesting one. I saw this in a video recently of some guy in Glasgow who was talking about Neds. It's something non-educated delinquent or something like that. I think that's what it stands for. But I'll be honest, I don't use any of these. I myself, I know that Ned is a very like Scottish and maybe even just Glasgow thing. But yeah, I don't really say any of these. I would either have to go with scumbag because that's one word I actually know for once. But honestly, yeah, I don't really have a word for this. I'll just go with scumbag, or just say, yeah, I don't know, scumbag. Why not? How do you pronounce the words door and poor? They don't rhyme. I don't think they rhyme. Door and, hold on, do they rhyme? He opened the door. Oh god, the more I say it, the weirder it gets. Door, poor. I don't know, honestly. I think they rhyme. Initially I was gonna say they don't rhyme, but the more I say it, the more I feel like it does rhyme for me. Door and poor. Door, poor. Huh. Yeah, I think they do rhyme, actually. Right. Okay. Which of these words, if any, would you use for not showing up for school or work? Honestly, I think I would just say ditch. or yeah, ditch school, ditch work. Skip, not really. Play hooky, I understand, is American. And I've also heard people talk about skiving off, but I say ditch. All right. Words for a child's soft shoes worn for PE. Now, I think people have this impression that PE is a very like kind of Anglo-Saxon thing, but hey, we also have PE here. It's called PE as well as physical education. I don't really know. Really, we might just call them shoes. We don't really have. I mean, I guess running shoes. That could be it. Feeling unwell. Poorly is very British. Sick. Ill. Bad, I guess. I wouldn't really say crap. I would say under the weather though. Yeah, I remember someone saying this phrase. I am poorly with a cold. I believe that was Tom Scott actually, but yeah, I don't really say that. I've heard of it, but I don't really say it. Right. What do you call a sweetened carbonated beverage? Soft drink actually. There were a lot of other options. I think some people in the U.S. just say Coke for everything. So yeah, that's interesting. Any of these words that I will use for a baby. Ben is Scottish. Ween is also Scottish, but I've been told it's apparently just a Glasgow thing. Kid, okay, I guess. Yeah, maybe I'd say kid. Honestly, Ben is Scottish. Ween is Scottish. Wean, I'm guessing that's kind of where Ween comes from. Nipper, little one. Nah, I've heard of some of these, but I don't use them myself. Right, so which of these words, if any, would you use for a piece of long, cushioned furniture in the main room of a house? We say sofa because even in Cantonese we say sofa because the word is literally pronounced just sofa. That's just the Cantonese word for sofa. So we say sofa. I think couch is a US word. And then divan is interesting because I know that in Russian, a couch/sofa is a divan. So I don't know where that comes from. That's interesting, but yeah, I don't use these. Chaise lounge, no. Armchair, that's smaller than a sofa, so no. I think I say sofa. Yeah. Right. Your name for the playground game in which one child chases the rest and anyone who is touched becomes the pursuer. I know this is like heavily regional. We actually have correct me if I'm wrong, Hongkongers, but I'm pretty sure in Cantonese it's Zhok Yan. But we don't really refer to it much in English. So I'm gonna have to go with chase. So yeah, for a heavy rainfall, I know that some Scots say pelting down, it's and pissing down and chucking it down. These are mostly English, I think. Raining cats and dogs. I don't really say that. We learn it in like English class, but we don't really use that term, to be honest. Yeah, we don't. We get a lot of rain, no doubt, but I don't hear a lot of people in conversation talking about it too much. So I'll be honest, I have to say none of these. Right, how do you pronounce the words horse and horse? They sound the same, but I do know that in I think in various dialects, they can sound slightly different. I think in Scottish English they say Horse and horse. Actually, that sounded a little bit more like that generic New York accent. But yeah, no, they sound the same for me. But I know there are accents where it's different. Right. How do you pronounce the A sound in last? It sounds like the A word in father. No, it sounds like the A word in cat. So, yeah. Last, cat. Yeah. The A sound in cat. How do you refer to your grandmother? Grandma, granny. What the hell is mamgoo? I'm not trying to judge it because it might be some other non-European language, but what is mamgoo? I genuinely want to find out. Yeah, nanny. No, not really. Mam. I thought mam was for mother, right? Nane or nine? I don't know how you pronounce that. Is that like the German word for no? Nan. I can see where Nan comes from. I think I've heard people say Nan before, but no, I think grandma, granny for me. As you pronounce them, do the words farm and palm rhyme? No. How do you refer to your mother? Mom, mom. Yeah, I do genuinely switch between those when I write stuff. I don't know. I feel like mama is a little too like sentimental for me, if that makes sense. I know that is like the standard word in some languages, but yeah, I say mom or mom because I don't really refer to her that often. Yeah, I feel like mommy and mommy are too, again, sentimental or informal, I guess. So yeah, old lady. I can see where that comes from, but no, not me. Right, this is a one cut video, so you're gonna hear me like sniffing and stuff. I'm not cutting that stuff out. So, which of these options, if any, would you use as a general word for the outer garment for the lower half of the body with individual leg parts reaching to the ankle? Pants, trousers, jeans, I guess. Why is it putting me in Wales? Anyway, yeah. Kex? What is kex? Who the hell says kex? Strews, trackies, breeks. Some of these I can see where they come from, but no, I don't use them. I just use the most generic terms. Food and oh Jesus, how do I say it? Food and good. They don't rhyme. Which of these? Ooh, it puts me outside of Scotland. Yeah, because in Scottish, I think you say good and then food. It's a very subtle difference, but it's I had some good food yesterday. Good and food. The more I say it, the more similar it sounds. But no, I do. I'm pretty sure I know that in Scottish English they tend to have these not rhyme. So, all right. Okay. Which of these words, if any, would you use to refer to a friend? Ooh, some of these are really regional. Mara? What is a Mara? Mate is very stereotypical, obviously. Dude, pal, bro, man, buddy, maybe. Are people seriously using yes sir as a noun? I don't know. Let me know if you do. But yeah, those are the ones I use. There's just pretty generic stuff. Which of these words, if any, would you use for someone you think is stupid? Ooh, Egypt is, I believe, either Scottish or Northern Irish or both. And yes, I say both with an L sound. Come at me. Numpty, I've heard that a lot. Wazak, idiot, obviously. Dummy, maybe. I don't really use moron. I I've heard moron, but I don't really use it myself. And by the way, this is pronounced toop. I believe that's a Welsh word because you know you have the W in the middle acting as a vowel. So yeah, I think I just use dummy and idiot, and you know if I were like trying to pretend to be something else, I would probably pick some other options like Egypt. I've seen Egypt from a lot of Scottish people, but I don't really use it myself. So there we go, dummy, idiot. How do you pronounce the words but and put? They do not rhyme, or do they rhyme? But and put, they do not rhyme. I'm hard pressed to think of accents where they do rhyme. I think it's somewhere in England. Yeah, see, in the north, but and put, I think. Right. So, which of these words, if any, would you use for feeling cold? Chili, brass monkeys. Where does that come from? Yeah, chilly, freezing. Baltic, I believe, is also a Scottish saying. It's absolutely Baltic out here. I think that's Scottish. I don't know for sure. Nippy might also be Scottish. I don't know for sure as well. Perishing. That sounds kind of grim. But yeah, I would say chilly or freezing, I guess. Right. Which of these words, if any, would you use for running water smaller than a river? Ditch, creek, stream. Well, I don't. No, in my understanding, ditches aren't. How do I? How do I deselect? Hold on, this is gonna take me a while. Alright, there you go. Okay, yeah, I say creek, stream. Trickle has that connotation of peeing, so to me anyway, I know some people say trickle for water as well, obviously, but for me, trickle always has that connotation of peeing, so I don't really use it. And dikes, I think there's a pretty specific definition for what a dike is. I'm pretty sure it comes from Dutch, I think, but yeah, I say creek or stream, maybe. Right, so where does it put me? Definitely not from around here. Yeah, well, you can tell. So, yeah, that's interesting. I hope you learned a few things from this video. Again, my general vernacular is just like kind of American-ish, I suppose. So yeah, join me next time when I look at the American dialect quiz. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.